Hello, fellow John Within Judaism participants. My name is Lori Barron. I teach at St. Louis University, and I've got questions about John Within Judaism. I don't actually deal with this much in the work that I have done on John, which has to do with shameless plug, the Shema and John's Gospel. Don't buy it; it's too expensive, but you might want to review it. I've left myself wide open to criticism. And so I've left you with a lot of things that you can say about why I'm wrong. But what I'm thinking about today is actually something I haven't worked on, but it might be an important question, maybe even a contribution to our conversation. And that is, it has to do with a class I took at Fuller Seminary many years ago, in fact, decades ago, through what was then called the School of World Mission. And it had to do with the concept of bounded sets and centered sets. I think that had to do with it. I think it was a mathematical concept, and I've always been terrible at math. So uh, let me just try to define that and see if maybe it contributes something. A bounded set is something well defined by boundaries, hence the name. It tells you it's clear whether something is in or out. Example given might be a cat is not a dog. If you're looking at dogs are a bounded set, cats are a separate bounded set. One of those will never fit into the other category. But I believe it was Paul Hebert raised the possibility of considering whether or not someone was a Christian, I think was the issue. Whether or not something was a centered set, whether that was not a better category to think about. And I wonder if that's true for John Within Judaism as well. A censored set has to do with the trajectory that a person or a group is on. Are they on a trajectory towards a center, or are they on a trajectory away from the center? And part of me wants to say that maybe John is on a trajectory away from Judaism while still being within Judaism. There's movement that will ultimately perhaps lead towards the separation of the two centuries later. But in order to be certain about that, in order to be sure if something's moving away, the question is there a clearly defined center? Does Judaism have a clearly defined center that John is moving away from? And that's a question I'm not prepared to deal with this at this time. I'm thinking though of Ed Sanders' definition of common Judaism. Can we say that Judaism has a center, even in all of its diversity? So those are my thoughts that I just wanted to get to you before we meet together tomorrow. Hopefully some people will have time to listen to this and think about it between now and then. Thanks. Looking forward to seeing everyone.